Okay, let's a bit catch up on our language journey. We start our journey with the names of the things and the world around the child, and we create an awareness of the sounds, particularly the initial sounds and the rhymings and the final sounds, and we come to a reading stage now. When I look at a picture, actually my reading journey has started. I'm reading with pictures, and then we will read with phonics. Alphabets are called phonics, and let's a bit look how the overall journey looks like. In this time frame that we had started activities with them on different themes, on the animals, on the foods, on let's look on the moving things. Let's play with sounds of the animals and all that. The design vocabulary is coming into those activities, and children are listening it repeatedly, and it becomes part of their lexicon. For This is just an example. When they play with the sand, lots of this vocabulary will become a part of those interactions. Our As an adults, our role is to ask questions and talk and let them talk to each other. And in this questioning and talking, they learn it automatically. And the parallel, we start the activities of reading them on some books. And initially the books are only picture books. I'm just using the word, we call it picture reading, right? And in those picture reading, when we read it to them, our role is asking them interactional questions, so that they're involved in it. It shouldn't be a passive activity. We will have a separate session on it, how a typical reading activity should took place. But the important point here is, whenever we are starting an activity, we have to mentally prepare our learners on it. Okay, we are going to do this. So a mental preparedness, in Urdu we call it amadgi, for the said thing, is very important, right? Create an willingness and preparedness. Here we will talk about the deserts, and in the deserts there are camels, and that creates an anticipatory urge in them, and their mind starts connecting to. And during that, we do a text talk with them. How we do it, we'll do an activity on it. So that reading actually started on the day one with those picture reading. The books that children read themselves, initially they contain only single words, because at the same time we are giving them some awareness of the initial phonics, also the alphabets, and they can see, oh yeah, what these uh, small words are. They are actually representing the thing which is in the picture. There's a bird and there's a butterfly, and then we start with more words like my socks, I am a baby. So this repeated pattern from simple pictures to one words to two words, and then we keep on increasing the text gradually. So it's a repeated and patterned journey. All this vocabulary should come in various contexts, and it should repeat in that particular fashion at least three times, and the larger words at least three times, and the smaller words at least four or five times in their 6 months journey. And some of the words which we want, we designed to be in their vocabulary, like look at the sky, look at the rain, look at the rainbow. So for them we can always put four or five folios, and all of them are look at this, look at this, look at this. And this gives you an idea, okay, how these all contents can also be just with the plain picture with a simple context, a simple text on it, can be put into an IT based platform as well. In fact, we are planning to design that sort of platform as well. And then they gradually reach up to a stage where we keep on increasing the text to very simple sentences. But they this all is aided by the pictures, right? They look at the picture and they see what they're doing, and they look at the text, and they start connecting them, and eventually the text keeps on increasing. But we still keep on, don't just remove the pictures. Yeah, pictures will be decreasing, text will be gradually increasing. And even you have noticed that when even they are able to read the text fully, still we retain some pictures which help them visualizing and take them mentally over there, because children are very strong in imaginations. This is part of the curriculum designers and the research team of the school, that all the text and the variety of things that they are reading, it contains lots of things about the nature, about the machines, about themselves, all those three dimensions of the physical, spiritual, intellectual, morals, ethics, etc. So a variety of material, which we call the uh, language rich environment, and balanced. Not all of them are just about foods or just about animals. It should be about lots of things, so that it gives them the same thing in different context, and that makes connections. The memory always comes with different associations in our mental folders. And typically, our milestone will look like this in the KG. The initial and final sounds, mostly they will be aware of. Most of the phonics, they will be aware of. Not all of them, most of them. Not all of the phonics, most of the phonics, and lots of single syllable words are in their vocabulary, and they can read it actually. This is the reading milestones or flags. And next stage comes, which is fully alphabetic stage, they call it. Common words they know, and vowels, a little bit complex vowels like silent E, or closed syllables, or open like no, go, be, and vowel combinations. Also, they start an awareness. At this stage, then their speed increases a lot, right? Their speed increases, and they start identifying the common patterns, which we call consolidated alphabetic stages, where the consonants and multisyllable words also start coming in the vocabulary. So, oral language in all this process almost remains more. It's more talk, talk, talk. They can read a little bit less, but their oral is a little stronger. It's after class three that things become balanced, and then maybe the reading language, the reading vocabulary is much more than the oral. But initially, that's a good sign. If their oral language is more than the reading, that's how things should happen. I recall, for example, I'm coming from a non-English medium school. We had only reading vocabulary and a reading skill, zero over skill. No, no, that's not. That's a totally putting the horse cart before the horse. That's a reverse process, and that doesn't work. Children can't talk. So that's how it should happen. And one very important lesson again, we should keep reminding ourselves, this is a very careful stage. We will never fast forward, and we will never expect that every child just speaks at the same time. There's a loss of variability among students. It should be slow, repeated, small steps, according to their absorption capacity. And if the child doesn't come back to me because if he makes a mistake and my reaction is frowning, then I'm failing as a teacher. That's not how a teacher should do. Particularly in the language, they will sometimes not respond, and then they will start responding with a single word. Now, our question should be like this: that it shouldn't be expecting a response and yes and no. They allow them to say something, but if they don't say, wait, they are processing inside, they will do it first among themselves, and then they will connect with you. No, it all depends on how good we are adults are connected to them. So thank you very much. That's how overall reading journey looks like. We will double click into each of them, and now we have actually entered into the literacy and how we develop the spelling sense and vocabulary, and Grammar in the initial 3 years, there's no grammar. Grammar comes with pattern. That's all. Particular things on the grammar and the nuanced understanding of the grammar, that will start later, right? Initial grammar is all through patterns. They will understand themselves. Thank you very much.